Listen to this Swahili proverb. Asiyesikia la mkuu huvunjika guu. Yeah. Literal translation. He who does not listen to the elders will break a leg. 2025, I think I've broken my leg so many times. No, I'm lying. I broke my leg once and I almost became disabled. Honestly, it's by the grace of God that I can walk today because my leg was broken to pieces. And I don't want you to break your leg. So here I am to share with you 5 lessons that life has taught me in my 20s. Let's get this started. Number 1, obviously, always leave room for disappointment. What did I say? Yeah, always leave room for disappointment, because I'm from a family that is very positive. My mom is very positive, and she's the kind of person that will always see the good in everyone, in situations, despite the world falling apart. She'll be like, oh, but at least this and this is working, but at least we have this, but at least you can breathe, you know? And for me, that was such a difficult concept, because I'm like, when you plan for something, why are you only imagining that it's gonna go well? You didn't even think that, oh, I might actually fail. And when you do, isn't it better for you to prepare for that situation, regardless of the outcome? If it goes well, yay. If it doesn't, at least psychologically, I was prepared for it not to go well. I don't know if that makes sense. So for me, that journey has been very toxic, I must say, because I was always the kind of person that sees the negative in everything in the name of preparing for the worst. I will get to my point. Relax. Relax. And even if something was too good, like clearly any other person could see that this thing is going well, for me it's like 99% negative thoughts, and then the remaining 1 or 2% is like positive. But even the positive, I really don't trust it as much. And then I moved from being negative to being positive-ish, but in a non-realistic way. What does this mean? It's like I would say, I want to buy this next year, or I want to own this, or I want to do A, B, and C. But I'm just trusting that it's going to work out like that. But I do nothing to make sure that that thing is a success. I literally just sit and imagine that it would come, or I would spend so much of my time fantasizing about when that thing comes to fruition, rather than spending that time into like putting in the work to make sure that that thing is a success. I think I've come to a balance of, when I do something, when I want to actually achieve maybe a goal, or I want to buy something for myself, I tend to look at things differently now. I think it's more of a balance. I believe that this is going to work out, like 80%, but 20% it's like, okay, if it doesn't work out, what is our plan B, C, and D? I always have a plan B and a plan C for plan B if plan B doesn't work out. And I've realized that preparing for the worst, or always leaving room for disappointment, actually gives you peace. It's not about you being pessimistic. You just have to find the right balance, because clearly, if you put your hopes into something, like if you really have high hopes and you believe that this is going to work out, come rain, come sunshine, and then that thing doesn't work out the way you had imagined, it actually breaks you in a way that you can't even, like, sometimes you can't even recover from it. Your heart and soul was on it, and you thought like, this one is my thing, I'm gonna ace it, and then life just happens to you. Moving on to my next lesson. I know this one, when did I learn this lesson? Let me see. Probably in 2025, still last year, maybe beginning of 2025. Stop announcing, just do it. Literally, that's the lesson. Stop announcing, just do it. And I like to couple it with this lesson. Don't tell people about your plans, show them your results. They're kind of intertwined for me, at least in my head. When I wanted to start YouTube. I think that's a very good example. I announced on my Instagram, like, hey guys, like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. At that time I was in uni and I was really, really good at makeup. I would do makeup almost every single day, and people would ask me, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I decided, you know what, I need to start a YouTube channel. And then in 2020, no, not 2020, maybe 2019, thereabout, I put up a video about how to do like my lip combo, like my lip gloss and my lip liners and everything, because that was one of the most asked question at that time in uni. And I announced, and people shared the link and everything, and after that video I never posted again. Literally. And then came 2020, COVID. No, 2021, I just graduated. I started again, announced on Instagram, hey, I'm getting back on YouTube, I'm gonna be consistent, blah blah blah. Posted 2 vlogs, disappeared for a while. Came back again in 2022, hey guys, 2 vlogs, disappeared. In 2025, I was just like, I'm gonna pick up that camera and I'm not gonna announce it. In fact, it wasn't 2025, it was 2024. Okay, in 2024 I kind of announced it. I shared on my Instagram, but only once. But I didn't say like, oh, this time I'm gonna be consistent. I just shared like a BTS of me filming, and then I added a link for people to subscribe and everything. But in 2025 is when I actually didn't announce. And till date, people on my Instagram, on my WhatsApp, some of my close friends don't even know I have a YouTube channel. And honestly, I love it like that, because I'm able to show up as myself and film in peace and not think about, oh, what do people that know me think about me posting YouTube videos? Because at that time I was also struggling with the fear of being perceived, especially with people that knew me. So what happens is, when you keep announcing, it almost gives you the satisfaction, or it has like this side effect that you've already done that thing, even though you haven't. But if you just decide to do it without claps from anyone, without anyone cheering you on, without anyone watching, it helps you build a kind of confidence that you can't do it when you announce it. Because when you announce it and you think people are watching, even if they're not, it puts pressure on you. But if you just do it, in fact, in your head, it's like nobody knows you're doing it, so nobody's watching, even if clearly somebody is actually watching you. So stop announcing, just do it. And hey, this is where I broke the leg for real. Not speaking up shrinks you. I'll just let that sink. Not speaking up shrinks you. You know, sometimes we think that keeping the peace, maintaining the peace in a dynamic, or not saying what you actually feel, if somebody said something that offended you, if somebody did something wrong to you, you keeping quiet feels like, I just don't want chaos, I just don't like drama. It actually shrinks you, because the more you take it, the more your body gets accustomed to that behavior, to that language. If somebody insults you or talks to you in a certain way, it actually shrinks you to the point that you feel it's too late to say something. Because clearly, think about it, in relationships, yeah, and this is why people say that if you're in a relationship, if somebody does something that really annoys you, or somebody crosses a boundary the first time, address it the first time. Otherwise, repeating it and allowing the same thing to happen over and over again without you saying anything actually enables and reinforces the behavior, rather than, uprooting it from the roots. So not saying something shrinks you in a way that you feel like, oh, it's too late to talk. And sometimes it's too late to actually speak, because that person would say, oh, but I did it 10 times already, or I did it last time you didn't have a problem, so what changed? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't communicate just because it's late. It's what happens to you psychologically. It's not about you saying it late. Sometimes it makes you believe that, oh, there's no need to say it, or okay, it's not that bad, because at this point you've been desensitized to how that specific thing actually makes you feel. So not speaking up actually shrinks you. I'm a living testimony. I'm a living testimony. And sometimes I just look back at what 2025 was like for me. And I'm like, I could have avoided all that if I actually just spoke my mind. If I just said, I'm not comfortable with this and stand on business, literally, I'd be a different person. Yeah, I'd be a different person right now. So let that be a lesson. Don't wait for your leg to break, if you get it. Anyway, this next lesson is for people in their 20s, like me, early 20s, especially if you just graduated. I was in this position for a while and I felt like clearly my life has come to an end. And that is, your life could literally change in a second. You're not behind. I felt like I was behind so many times. Mind you, I was just 21. Now I look back and I'm like, I wish I was 21 again, even though I'm just 26. But I'm like, 21, I was worrying about so many things, seeing people my age achieve things, especially when TikTok was just coming up. People were getting famous and going viral and making money because they're this viral sensation on the internet and everyone's darling. And it just felt like, gosh, my life is stuck. I'm not moving. I won't be successful and everything. But I came to the realization that it only takes one email, one message, one phone call for your life to change. You could be seated somewhere and a job you applied to, maybe in the US or whatever place, or even in your country, but it's a high paying job and you're just like, oh my gosh, I know they won't even pick me. And that night you receive that phone call that will only last 2 or 3 minutes and it changes your life. For the rest of the year, you're earning this amount of money, you moved out of your parents' house and everything. So sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me so long, especially when you're just starting out in your career and everything. It always feels like it's not going to happen for you. Yeah, especially when people say, oh, you have to apply, you need experience, you need A, B, and C. But literally, when I learned my life could change right now, I could be seated here and I just receive a phone call and my life literally changes. And this is for positive and negative things. You could leave your home happy, you just woke up, had a good breakfast, take the bus and you get into an accident. So your life could literally change. The same way you believe that, something bad could happen to you, carry the belief that something positive can also happen. So you're not behind, honestly. I wish I told my 20-year-old self this. I wish you could hear me right now. I was so stressed. Hey, I couldn't sleep at night. I was like, when can I own that MacBook, that iPhone? When can I take that trip? When can I get that job that I really want? And at that time, I remember I was watching a lot of YouTubers who teach English abroad. And I'm like, I just want to be a teacher abroad. But look at me. I made it at 24. I moved to Japan at 24 and here I am teaching English. Who would have known? Who would have guessed? I have everything that I wanted. In fact, let me tell you guys a fun fact. In 2021, that's when I graduated, I made my first ever vision board. And on that vision board, every year I didn't achieve anything. So 2021, nothing was achieved on that vision board because I was a big dreamer. And at that time, as a 21-year-old, I was dreaming about things like, oh, I want the latest iPhone, a MacBook. I wanted to take my first trip, either a vacation or whatever. I wanted to shop from Shein. And my dreams, from Sephora. Where else did I want to shop? From Zara. I remember they were like just very materialistic things, very small things. I wanted to grow my hair and my skin, and I had so many things on that list. 2021, crickets. 22, crickets. 23, nothing happened. 2024, actually 2023, 2024, it started looking positive because I got my teaching job. No, I interviewed in 2023 February and I moved in March of 2024 to Japan. What I'm trying to say is the vision board I made in 2021 was my vision board still till 2024 because nothing on that list had been achieved. And when 2024 came, before the first quarter ended, actually, let's say within the first 6 months of 2024, I achieved everything on my 2021 vision board and I made a vision board for the year 2025 because everything that I wanted at that point had been achieved. But do you see how long it took me for that to happen? And by the time it was happening, did you see how quickly and how, like, the short time it took for me to achieve? So my life changed from first applying and getting the job, because getting the job just took one email. And after that, everything else on that vision board was achieved because of this dream that I had, because of this job that I got within the first 6 months. So from there, I was like, even my dreams started becoming non-monetary. They were just like, I just want to lose weight. I just want to build my relationship with God. I just want to grow myself and know myself better. Those started becoming my dreams. And I think in 2026, my dreams have started becoming now more monetary. Okay, to some extent, because now I need to make more money. Yeah, I'm a 26-year-old. I'm no longer 23, 24. So I need to make more money. But ever since then, my dreams were more like personal and not anything that involved money. Hey, we've stayed on that point for long. Anyway, the last lesson, sorry, I'm looking at my laptop so I don't forget. This one is my favorite lesson. Actually, this is my favorite lesson. You don't need to defend yourself in rooms you have already outgrown. Yeah. I was the kind of person, especially at 17, 18, 19, I always felt the need to tell my side of the story. Yo. That thing would eat me at night. I will not sleep because I'm like, gosh, what if they think I'm like this? What if they think I'm like this? Hey, my dear, don't kill yourself before your time has come. Defending yourself, you see, I realized if somebody wants to believe a narrative, they will believe it regardless. Think about the concept of Africa, because I think that's the easiest example. Africa has been portrayed like this continent that is poor, is people are just dying of diseases and everything. Especially living in Asia, I see how difficult changing that narrative is. Regardless of how many photos, videos you show these people that, you know, this is not what Africa is like. Africa is like this. Imagine they won't believe you. And you're the African, by the way. You're the African telling them, I'm from Kenya. Kenya is not what you thought. Kenya is like this. And you think they'll believe you. They don't, because what they were taught was taught to them for years and ingrained in them. That's their belief system. Literally, they just know Africa is like A, B, and C. No matter what you do, you'll not change that narrative. I'm telling you. I live in Japan and I see it. They can't believe that Japan is hotter than Kenya. Imagine. So apply the same analogy and think, if I have chosen to believe that you are this kind of person, it's really easy for me to actually change that mindset and accept that you're not like that. In fact, many people struggle with their egos because we don't want to accept that we are wrong. So we'd rather stick to being wrong than change and say, you know what, I made a mistake. Now I've gotten to know you. You're not what I thought you were. So imagine wasting your time saying, oh guys, it's not like this. He's the one who did this. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. Because guess what? You're a villain in everyone's story. And you can't correct everyone's perception about you. You can't keep defending yourself. Imagine a narrative has been told to 100 people about you. Are you going to walk to every person, number 1 to 100, and tell them your side of the story? Think about how tedious that process is. So the moment you realize that it saves you so much energy to just shut up, especially in rooms that you've already outgrown, just walk away. Remember in our last video, learn to walk away. It will save you so much stress. And let me tell you, the peace that it gives you, think about your favorite influencer who is on every blog that one day she's trending or he's trending about something he said or did, or people claim that they did. Have you ever seen some influencers who just don't even care to defend themselves? In fact, on that day, they're showing, oh, this is what I had for breakfast, this is my outfit of the day. They show you how their day is going. They will never address that thing. And what usually happens is if you don't address it, people just forget. In fact, tomorrow something else will happen, somebody else will be trending, and that would be the topic of discussion. They will forget about you. But when you keep adding oil to the fire, kerosene, yeah, Mr. Mrs. Defender, you just accelerate everything. So just let it go. I really hope this year you don't break your leg like I did, and I hope my lessons were helpful for you to keep your leg intact. See you again next time on the Free My Skin podcast. I've been your host, Upenda Nice Barasa. Bye.